chatted. Salam Mufti. Many Jews claim that the Pashtun people are one of the lost tribes of Bani Israel, sent into exile by the Assyrians. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, in Pakistan, they did used to say that. They say, "Yaar, ye Bani Israel," the Pathans. They used to say these are the lost tribe, one of the lost tribes of the Israelites. Is it true? It's not true. I don't think so generally. So the way there's actually been quite a bit of DNA research that has been conducted, especially in India and also Pakistan as well, because these places. It's interesting places that are obsessed with things like castes, castes and lineage and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of DNA stuff that has people have been testing out their DNA and am I superior to this person or am I what? And they're not. It's like in India, they did a lot of the kind of DNA analyses to see that the lower castes are they totally different people or and they're not. They were indigenous Indian people, many of whom may have come from the Dravidian origin, which was the indigenous people of India. You see, and in India, they split. Often, you have the um what they call the ANI and the ASI. So the ancestral North Indians and the ancestral South Indians. And in this, we're including Pakistan and including Bangladesh and that whole thing, that ancient India. And you find that the ancestral North Indians, so all of them are related. So all people of Pakistan and India and all of this are ultimately related at a base level. But then the ancestral North Indians usually have the R1 uh, haplogroup, which makes them Indo European. So they are kind of like they have a relation with Central Asia and Europe. So they share those haplogroups, hence the languages as well. And ancestral South Indians don't have the R1 gene. So they are of a purer Dravidian origin. But they are still related, but yet it's weird because there's enough differences as well. Like, so it's, and obviously, this is what causes the huge fuss in India. But anyway, I get distracted. So, what they've done in Pakistan is in several places they've done an analytic kind of DNA overview of several different samples. And what they found is mostly, for the most part, Pakistanis. And I mean, there's different. So I know the Balochis they will slightly disagree. I mean, not they slightly differ, but for the most part, a huge part of Pakistan they share a similar kind of haplogroup. It's that ancestral North Indian haplogroup, um, which is usually that kind of R1 marker that comes on. And then they differ amongst themselves, obviously, and they have different things. But there was a group from Hazara. Now, Hazara people surprisingly had a completely different haplogroup to them, and that was quite strange that they didn't understand why. Just in the middle of nowhere, this group just seemed to be completely not related genetically to from a haplogroup perspective to the surrounding communities where all the other communities are kind of related. So, and this they feel that the Hazara community were more closer at some point to the kind of um, like the Turkmen and the kind of Tartars and those people historically, and they feel that there's a myth that the reason it was called Hazara is because from the word Hazar, Persian word 1,000, because originally this was a kind of a kind of like encampment for a military base of 1,000 soldiers were kind of camped there, and then they just settled, and hence because they were initially complete outsiders, that's why their kind of haplogroup markers still today are incredibly distinct to the rest of Pakistan. But that's just uh, I digress. But I think they have tried to research: is there any Semite? Like, are they Semitic, like the Jewish haplogroups amongst Pathans? And I don't think they found anything successful. But do let me know if they do. I find this discussion very fascinating.